welcome to the Claudia Jordan Show and my pigeons. Our topic tonight, relationship double standards. Is what's good for the goose good for the gander? And what the fuck is a gander anyway?
Actually, it's good for the pigeon.
Okay,
good for the pigeon.
Here we go.
There you go.
Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. That is the number to call. We'd like to hear your thoughts, your questions. Get on the line and holler at your girls. Who's in the house?
Tina Davina is here.
Who's in the house?
Flora's here.
Who's in the house?
Shelly Rio.
Who's in the house?
Nikki Chu.
Another guest to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I call my friends pigeons not because you're dirty, nasty rats, although some of you are.
Thanks for the explanation.
But
I was very confused.
Well, it's because pigeons are messengers. They you know.
We're trying to bring a positive light to the word pigeon.
And they go down to the streets and the ground level. They get
you know
in
what I'm
the
saying?
trenches.
We can be street and yet we can be released at weddings.
They
as
also
well.
eat everything, so let's be
Yes,
very
they
clear.
do. Yes,
So
they do.
that's about right, isn't it, Shelly? Eating donuts on the Ustream at night.
Listen, I don't do that anymore.
All right, so the topic is relationship double standards. I would ask you guys what you've been up to, but it's always something boring. So.
Hey! I got a book dropping October 6th.
Do you?
Yes.
What's the name of the book?
Congratulations.
Coffee Table Conversations, Volumes 1 and 2, and it's going to be available everywhere. Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Borders. I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Do you have one for us?
No, you don't.
All right. There is one.
Oh,
So
there
it's
is,
an
there is.
actual book. You
Yeah.
really have a book. Because a lot of times you hear, I got a book, I got an album.
Yeah.
They have paper stapled together.
You might see photographs
Volume 2.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
All right.
printed and binded.
We are published.
Okay. And any cakes? How's your cake business?
Yeah, actually, a couple of people that listen to the show have ordered cakes from me this past couple of weeks. So thank you for listening, and I will be delivering them on time.
And Shelly Rio, you did a cover of a magazine last week?
Yes, I did, and I was in New York, partnered up with Children's Aid and Family Services to do a Shelly Rio fund for children merging out of the foster system to go to trade school or just for independent living.
Nice. I like that.
Yes, excited.
That's great. 1 minute you're dropping, getting eagle on a video. Next minute you're helping the foster kids. I love it. Diverse.
So diverse.
And for those that don't know Nikki Chu, she's a great designer. You designed the bedrooms for the Obama girls, right?
I did on Access Hollywood.
Very
I-
fly.
Yes, that was very exciting.
Tell the
actually.
listeners a little bit about yourself real quick.
I'm an interior designer. I design products, home products, bedding, pillows for a private label for Pottery Barn and Crate
Purses,
and Barrel.
everything.
I love it.
Yes,
I
yes.
have one of your watches.
I do watches.
Yeah.
I do everything that's design oriented.
Now, your website?
NikkiChu.com.
Now, I want people to see her website because they all know the rest of you ladies, but they don't know Nikki Chu. She's also a very beautiful woman, very fly,
Thank you,
edgy,
thank you.
fun, has everything that they say they want.
Right, but
But yet she's single just like most of us here.
and me,
Yeah.
I'm single.
Well,
And-
you see, I think edgy comes with something else.
that?
A lot of fear. You're too edgy. She looks sassy. She might talk back.
Too much lip.
Too much lip.
Edgy, too much lip.
This is the girl that they go after in the clubs, but that's
Exactly.
not the
Oh
one
yeah,
they
I'm
want
the
to
prototype,
That's right.
just like Claudia Jordan.
All right, so we're going to talk about relationship double standards. There's a lot of that, and a lot of times people put it on being old-fashioned. And that's how we've been getting away with a lot of things. And now, I tend to like a lot of things that are old-fashioned and traditional, but then it doesn't always work in my favor when I'm trying to date. So, have you guys ever had issues with the double standards with someone you may be dating or, married to, Shelly Rio? And how has it affected your lives? Tina Davina.
I definitely have. It's funny because we joke all the time in my relationship and call me Miss Tit for Tat because I'm big on, oh yeah, well let me just show you how that feels. It's like little things. Like for example, if he's busy, if he's out shopping and he doesn't see his phone ringing, he might not answer. And I'd be like, well, why didn't you answer? But if I'm out shopping and my phone rings and I don't answer, it's a flipping conniption, like it's a problem. So it's little stuff like that.
So maybe you trust your man more than he trusts you.
No, he just wants me when he wants me.
I think this comes down to a trust issue.
Yeah, it's not even trust. It's just he wants me exactly when he wants me, and that's
So
it.
you don't want him that much? No, I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to, let's be honest, I'm just trying to find out what's the
No, I just, but I kind of like that. It's kind of like, beat me over the head, pulling by my hair. I kind of like it a little bit. So.
Okay, man, love.
Yeah, I do like it. So.
Flora.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I have to say, a few years ago when I first started dating, I moved out here to LA. I dated this wonderful man. He was black and German, great guy. We went out on our first date. We were having such a wonderful time on our date. Took me to dinner. It was wonderful. Towards the end of the night, he took me to a jazz bar. We had a couple of drinks. The bill came, and he goes, "Well, you know what? I'm out of money. You're going to have to start paying now." During the date.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just nonchalant, just like that. Like,
Did he order from the effing side of the menu?
In his German accent, you know, just going to have to pay.
Was it something you said?
No, it wasn't anything I said. He only had like 8 books on him.
Oh,
that
wow.
was left.
Did you call him
Why
back?
Take it to a jazz bar.
Well,
Stupid.
you know what? From that point on, because of that, anytime a man asks me out on a date, I always am prepared to pay for myself. And then some. Always.
Not
No
assuming
question.
that because he asked,
Yes.
he's the one that's going to pay.
Yes.
Now you're like, fuck
Yes.
it, I might have to pay.
Absolutely.
Shelly Rio, are double standards just old-fashioned, or is it that's just the way it is?
I think that's just the way it is. I remember when I was dating, well, I should say my son's father.
Which one? The first one or the second
My
one?
second one. His mother was
Shout out to the Christian girls out there.
No, his mom was like, be careful, because I had kids, you know, by 2 different people, and she basically already judged me without even
She trying to call you a hoochie, Shelly Rio?
Right.
Stop.
No, I'm asking.
But now she loves me. But my point of the story is that she has sons. She has 8. I think she has 8 sons or 6 sons.
By the same father?
Yeah, she has 15 kids
Wow.
altogether.
Well, that's
Well,
why
that's where the judgment came from.
She's like, if I get sick with one man.
You know, some of her kids had
Different
boys,
fathers.
and they weren't with their baby mothers, and that was fine. But
What's
how
good
come
for the goose ain't
because
good
I'm a
for the
girl,
gander.
That's
That's
supposedly
true.
because
That's
I have
right.
kids. Like, I'm supposed to be a whore. That's
Right.
not fair.
But you only were twice with the two.
Right, you know.
Stop it.
Yeah, that we know.
All the time.
Nikki Chu, the very deep voice. I keep thinking it's a dude on my show. a fellow.
Is my voice deeper than yours?
Yes.
I don't know. Let's get the callers. Who's voice is
I
deeper?
know.
Callers, let us know.
I think she beats me by a
I
little
think she wins a little bit.
I think Nikki does beat you by an octave, babe.
Am I delusional?
Yeah, you are.
Maybe that's why they don't like me. I thought
no,
I was
no,
sexy.
no.
Nikki, why don't the guys like you?
My voice is so deep.
There you go.
But
But it's
before
very
you-
pornographic, though, I thought.
You keep telling yourself it's sexy.
I do. I do.
How do we avoid double standards ruining our relationships?
You know, the issue that I have is that nowadays everyone wants to hold on to tradition, but we live in a modern world. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Skype, we have iChat, we have MySpace. How can you have any relationship that's considered traditional when all you have to do is log on and see your other girl?
Yeah,
Okay, so I mean, we're all guilty of it. So where does it end? Where does it stop? I mean, when you get into a relationship with somebody, do you say, oh, and by the way, we need to have this discussion about all of the quasi relationships you're having on all of these, open forums?
So have you had problems in your relationships where you were maybe faithful to that person, but maybe he was having an internet relationship?
Absolutely.
So you had that double standard?
I've had that double standard. You know, you think you're in this relationship with someone, you log on and you see he's in a relationship with 250 other people.
I hate when that
Online.
Right.
Online. And so where does it end?
Right. Okay, we have our first caller. We have Tyrone from Missouri. Welcome to the show.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing tonight?
Tyrone, what it is.
What's your
Chilling,
comment or
chilling.
question?
I just heard old girl that got the book, the one that she got her own book and stuff like that. She ain't have a copy of her book in there.
She does. It's Tina Davina. Yes.
Yeah, she should have brought like 10 copies for everybody. You know, the producer want one.
Oh, of course. You know what? These are just my author edit copies.
Right.
No doubt on
She
it.
gave
I
us a
want everyone.
preview.
What's your
yeah,
comment or
it's like
question
I'm
on the
with a company
subject?
called Bridge Entertainment. You know, I carry CDs with me all the time.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Do you
What's
have
on your mind?
something about the topic tonight? We're talking about relationship double standards.
Drop the call. They called.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what, I want to go back to you saying quasi and Shelly Rio looking at you like, what the hell does that mean? And you know what? I have to
heard the
admit,
word, Quasimodo.
I was like, what is that?
Oh, for you don't know this, but Shelly Rio has some issues. She has had some issues
Oh,
with vocabulary.
do we need a
words.
dictionary on
Yes.
the table?
Basically, Nikki, if the word contains
It's
more
not
than
in the
4
dictionary.
letters, you're gonna get some questions.
I see.
Quasi's
Well,
not even
quasi
in the
is
dictionary.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Spell it.
Huh?
Q U.
Goes with a K.
See? Why didn't you give Shelly this moment, Flora?
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
She's not joking.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she met her husband on MySpace.
I did.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it works for some people. A lot of people, actually. I started thinking about going on eHarmony at this point.
My mother-in-law met her.
Yeah, a lot of people have gotten married.
The topic tonight.
Oh, yes, yes.
Relationship
Right.
double standards. Focus. All right. Let's talk about some common relationship double standards. Okay. Is it more acceptable for men to have multiple sex partners with more than one, several women, You know, they're considered studs, and we are considered whores.
Right.
Why so? And why do I think we are partly guilty because we put up with it. We allow it. Like I say, I don't want a slutty guy, but yet
we put up with it. Yet they invented it and put it on.
But it works for the Kardashians.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
do tell.
I think it's obvious on TV.
Yeah, they do get around.
What say you?
I mean, they do get around, and clearly they've all been wiped up.
So I mean,
so obviously it works.
So maybe it's different because we're of the Negro race. Do you say?
Perhaps.
Maybe we have to be of the Armenian race.
I mean,
to
but
win
you
that.
and I have undertones of white.
Well,
and so does Shelly.
she's wiped up.
Well, do tell.